Coming up now on 6:30, today is Trans Remembrance Day, the annual day to honor victims of LGBTQ violence. This morning, how 2020 is on pace to be one of the deadliest years for the trans community.
Eastern Washington and North Idaho COVID cases continue to rise. This morning, one Washington doctor explains how Thanksgiving could contribute to another spike.
The pandemic is changing the way we celebrate the holidays. Coming up, we detail a socially distanced visit to Santa, plus the deadlines to get your presents in the mail.
And we are looking at a very festive start to the day on Lake Coeur d'Alene. Ooh, look at all those lights.
Whoa.
It's a sign of the forecast to come.
Up with KREM begins now.
6:30 now. Well, today, grab your afternoon pick-me-up from your local Starbucks from 3 to 5 p.m. 100% of those profits from any handcrafted drink will go to Tom's Turkey Drive.
And your donation could help more than 11,000 local families get meals this holiday season. Meals are designed to feed a family of 4. We'll be talking about the Turkey Drive all morning long to get you all the information that you need for this Thanksgiving tradition.
Hey, and we're all caffeined up this morning.
right.
I have my little Starbucks here. It even has a QR code right there on the
right.
sleeve for Tom's Turkey Drive. So you can also just take a picture with your phone and donate there.
Now that doesn't mean that we're not going to all be headed to the 3 p.m. thing too.
Today's a twofer for sure.
for
One
sure.
this morning, one this afternoon.
For sure.
You know, I think that whole $20 thing is super brilliant because every time I'm out, I'm like, yeah, I would spend $20 on something pretty dumb. And it's really easy for me to just think, oh, wow, I can feed an entire family for $20 and it's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, think about your normal spread and how expensive it is.
Yeah.
There have been so many great partners and volunteers with Tom's Turkey Drive to bring the cost down to $20 to feed a family of 4.
Now, I just wanted to let you know, I laughed because I imagined Jeremy, the dumb things he would buy at $20.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to know was
Yeah.
what that list includes.
Boy, it's, oh man.
You can
a
think
lot
about
of
it. You can get to it
coffee.
later. You can get to it later. That's
Yeah,
okay.
all right.
I put you on the spot there. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, I got scared of saying any of that stuff on live TV. I was like, oh man, all of it's just embarrassing. But let's talk about weather. That's not embarrassing. I can do that without embarrassing myself, maybe. A beautiful start to the day in Coeur d'Alene. We've got some flashing lights there, and that's the holiday spectacular. If you head out, keep your distance and bundle up. Temps right around 31 degrees everywhere this morning. I promise you I didn't just go and type 31 in everywhere. That's actually where you're sitting. It's slightly below freezing, so get ready to scrape those windshields early on this morning. Some of you probably think I sound like a broken record saying that, but it's sometimes a little bit difficult to time out your morning, and then you finally get outside and you look at your car and you go, that's another couple minutes. So be ready for that. Unless you wait until about 9 a.m., sun will be up, temperatures will be up, and then eventually all of that frost just kind of goes away. We're in the mid-40s later on today. Not all that bad. Comes with plenty of sunshine. And as we head into the weekend, expect more sun tomorrow. Fair weather, that's nice, but as we get into Sunday, clouds do return and expect some snow showers moving in late in the day. Jen?
All right, Jeremy, thank you so much. 6:33 now. Today is Transgender Day of Remembrance. It honors victims of anti-trans violence. Everytown for Gun Safety leaders say 2020 is on pace to be the deadliest in recent years for transgender and gender nonconforming community members. Leaders say it is linked to 29 deaths this year alone. I found 76% of those victims are Black women. However, Black people make up only 16% of the transgender population. Now, tomorrow, Spectrum Singers is hosting a virtual concert in honor of the day. Roses will stream at 6 p.m. tomorrow on YouTube, and donations will help cover the minimal cost to put on that event, but everything else will go to organizations helping trans people. For more information, you can check out the Spokane Pride's Facebook page.
6:34 now. This morning we're taking a look at your top coronavirus headlines.
Well, here are 3 things to know. This morning, Spokane County is seeing a spike in new COVID-19 cases. At the last report out yesterday, the Spokane Regional Health District reported 414 new cases, and that includes 4 new deaths. Experts say 120 people are currently in the hospital, 90 of which are Spokane County residents. To date, our area is reporting nearly 14,000 cases. The county recovery rate stands at 65%.
Number 2, in North Idaho, Panhandle Health is reporting 189 new cases just yesterday, along with 3 new deaths. So far this year, 97 people have reportedly died in North Idaho from COVID-19, and right now 62 people are hospitalized in North Idaho.
This morning, a new study shows some people are willing to risk getting sick to attend Thanksgiving. The Ohio State University report shows 2 in 5 people plan to meet with at least 10 others this holiday. An expert predicts 1% of Ohio natives will have COVID-19 by Thanksgiving. That's about 76,000 people. He says the data shows about half will be infected with COVID and will unknowingly bring it to dinner.
Around 450 of those people, if that comes to pass, will not make it to New Year's. This is growing rapidly in a way we haven't seen since the beginning of the pandemic, and that what we can do about that is in our control.
Experts again are urging people to stay home and wear a mask to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
There has been a lot of encouraging news this month about coronavirus vaccines. Pfizer and Moderna have both announced their vaccines are effective, even more effective than many experts were anticipating earlier this year. So this morning, here's a look at what the next couple of months could look like as both companies have applied to the FDA for permission to distribute their vaccines. Now, Pfizer applied for the FDA approval last week, and Moderna is expected to do the same soon. An FDA advisory committee will then review the data to make sure the vaccines are safe and effective. If all goes well, one or both vaccines could be approved in December. Then the CDC Advisory Committee will meet to talk about who would get the vaccine first. Priority would be given to high-risk groups and healthcare workers. Now, by that point, it's expected that both companies will have 40 million doses, enough for 20 million people, since the vaccine takes 2 shots. The first doses could be handed out as soon as late December. Healthy younger adults with no underlying conditions will be among the last, possibly getting a shot around April, but children will also be among the last, in part because research is limited on how these vaccines will work on children.
This morning, there is a new kind of COVID-19 test, and all you have to do is breathe. The device is expected to screen large crowds at events. Our sister station in Houston connects the dots.
Texas A&M has teamed up with an artificial intelligence company and the Air Force to create a new screening tool for coronavirus, a breathalyzer. Let's connect the dots. The device looks like a kiosk. You use a disposable straw to blow in a copper tube, and then the results are sent to your phone in less than a minute. It uses artificial intelligence to examine the breath for compounds produced by the body when it is fighting coronavirus. Between tests, the copper tube is superheated, so the next person's results are not contaminated. 5 kiosks are being installed on the Texas A&M campus, where they can be used by students and faculty. The breathalyzer tests will be compared to the results of PCR tests, the most accurate coronavirus testing we have right now. That will help determine the accuracy and fine-tuning the test. It's also being used at some Air Force bases. The idea behind the device, called World's Protect Kiosk, is it can be thrown into the back of an SUV and set up outside any setting being used for a large group. Think concerts, sporting events, and churches. The Food and Drug Administration is still evaluating the breathalyzer for widespread public use. But if approved, it could be a welcome change to those intrusive nasal swabs.
Coming up this morning, the CDC has officially stated not to travel for Thanksgiving. Coming up, we'll talk about some of the changes you might have to make to your holiday plans this year.
And it's a bit chilly out there this morning. Some low-hanging clouds up in North Idaho. Might catch a little bit of snow overnight tonight, but the rest of us, well, it's going to be a great forecast. I'll let you know what that means coming up.